Well, all right. It is Tuesday, January 30, and it's about 9:30 a.m. right now, West Coast, and I am just finishing my day. Uh, I did a live stream today, and I do that every day now, starting between 9:45 a.m. East Coast to 12:30 p.m. East Coast. I'm on the West Coast, so for me, I'm actually starting my days at about 6:45 and try to wrap it up by this time, which is 9:30. Uh, Live stream ended a little bit early today. I had 4 trades today, all winners, and I did do some copy trading, so I managed to get a trade on at least one trade on all of my 6 current active accounts. As you can see here, PA number 2, I got 2 wins on it for $102. PA number 6, 1 win, $51. And then evaluation 22, did copy trading on that one at the same time as PA2. So I got 2 wins in the same amount, 102. Evaluation 23, I took 1 trade on it for 46. 27, 1 trade on it for 51. And then evaluation 33, I took 3 of my 4 trades on it for $153. So this is great. The fact that I can be finished trading by 9:15, 9:30 and have 4 trades is really good for me. I used to sit here all day until almost market close, maybe a half hour before regular session closes, and I'd be lucky to have 1 trade, maybe 2 trades. So to get 4 today, I got 3 yesterday. Those are good days for me, and I'm getting, 4 trades today. Like I said, by 9:30, when I couldn't even get, even 1 on average a day, really, sitting here all day, tells me that this system is working for me now. I'm still having issues with just going with it and trusting it, and I'm trying to I'm trying to lean into it, but I'm also a conservative trader. I'm conservative just in terms of I'm not a big risk taker in general. So for me, like I said, to take 4 trades, for them all to win, for me to be able to spread them out across all the accounts that I have. Now, there are 2, actually, I should mention this. There are 2 accounts that I didn't actually take a trade on today that are active, but they have green numbers next to them. Technically, one of them lost today. 28 here. I just flipped this. I flipped the contract to count the day, and I actually messed up. I did 2. I did it twice on the same contract or on the same account. So technically, the P&L over here in Ninja is wrong because it's calculating for minis, but I took it on the micro. So this one is correct in the R Trader. So I lost $1.54 by flipping a contract to count a day, and then evaluation 29 as well. I flipped the contract up 48 cents on that one. So the difficult thing is I am feeling some pressure to trade all of these accounts because now I have, 8 accounts active all at the same time. And that's kind of a lot for me. I've done that in the past, but I was copy trading more back then also. Now I'm really trying to spread out my risk between all my different accounts. And so I'm trying to limit how much copy trading I'm doing. And I do still have 2 accounts that are not currently active. Let's see here. Account 31 was blown up previously, and account 26 was blown up previously. So those will be back in a couple weeks. So I'm really just trying to get used to the system, and I'm not generally trying to trade a lot of accounts at the same time. Today was interesting because on my first 2 trades, you can see one here, and I'll get into the trades, but this first trade, I did actually trade 3 accounts on it. I trade PA2, with evaluation 22 and 33. And the reason behind that is, well, evaluation 33, I took a loss sometime last week, I think, when I was still trading 4 contracts on it. And so I really set the balance back. And so the idea was that I would just trade every trade on it. I don't really know what I'm doing quite yet in terms of my strategy for how I'm trading these accounts. I like the idea of not trading them all at the same time or copying too many at the same time. But also on accounts like this, it's a 50K account. I really should be trading more than 1 contract. So, when I decided I was really going to start leaning into trading the system, on Friday I took 11 trades, and 10 were wins and 1 was a loss. And so I think on certain kinds of days, I really can take 10 trades in a day. Even today, I could have taken probably 10 trades. Yesterday, I probably could have taken 10 trades, even though the price action wasn't that great. There were entries and they were winning on my charts. And, if I'm completely just, fully going all in on the idea of take every entry, if I have a winning chart, take every entry until there's a loss, I can get 10 trades and I'll probably get a loss pretty much every day on one of my accounts. So I'm just trying to figure out what the best way to do it. And so I know on my 25K accounts, I really like trading 1 contract. I really like trying to get between 3 and 5 trades a day in general. But today I stopped at 2. I stopped at 2 trades on my PA number 2. And then I took a trade on PA number 6, and then I stopped trading PA 6. And I just had kind of a weird feeling that I was starting to get about the day, because I started off with 4 really great charts, and then each chart dropped off one by one where they got a loser. And then I really only had 1 chart that didn't have a loser all day. And the way the price action was, I was like, this chart is going to get a loser at any time now. And then it did. And luckily I didn't take that trade. So I think to build up the 25Ks 1 contract at a time makes sense, because I could take 2 or 3 trades a day, make $100-$150, and it doesn't take a lot of those days in a row to reach the profit target. On the 50K, it's different. To be generally the same as the 25K at the same rate trading that way, I think I need to trade about 3 contracts for it to kind of even out to get there with the same amount of trades, somewhat. Close to that. Maybe it's double. Maybe I really need to be trading 4 contracts. But 4 contracts is, if I'm trading 4 contracts, I could be taking up to like an $800-$900 loss per trade. And I think while I'm getting comfortable trading this system, I don't want to see big red numbers like that. So I'm going to keep it mellow. Right now, my super prime focus is really trading this account. PA number 2 is the closest to a payout. You can see here, right there, getting really close. I'm within $750 of reaching the profit target. I've already got the 10 days in the bank. So it's just a matter of getting to 52,600, and then I can request a payout. And that's like my number 1 agenda right now. And once I can do that, that pays for all of the accounts I've ever had to date. So all of these accounts, all the fees for all the evaluations, all the fees for all the PAs. I've had 33 evaluations to date, and 6 PAs. I've blown up 4 PAs. So 1, 3, 4, 5 are all blown up. And so I've had a total of 6. And so 1 max $2,000 payout will cover everything I've paid for on Apex so far. And I'll have a little bit of profit, a couple $100 right now, if I do that soon. If I start taking on more PAs before I get the payout, and more evaluations renew or whatever, then I might end up being break even, but by the time I get the payout. But that's really my number 1 thing, is get this payout. And then obviously second to that is get the payout on my newest PA account. So my max withdrawal on this one is 1,500, and my plan is whenever I can get a payout, I'm taking max payout, and I'll blow up the counts. I don't care. I'm taking max payout, and the hope and goal is that while I'm getting those payouts, I'll be building up these other evaluation accounts and passing them and making those PAs, and so that those will be right behind. And I'm gonna really just try to do that with my accounts. That's the goal, is payouts for me. So I haven't gotten one yet, and that's what I'm trying to do. So I did live stream today, and you can check that out pretty much every day between these times here. And I'm not going to be trading tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to take the day off and do something fun with my family, and I'll be back on Thursday. So where are we at? Today I was 4-0 for the week. I'm 7-0. It's Tuesday and I have 7 trades for the week. That's great for me. Really great. Go back and look at my YouTube history. Typically, if I have 7 trades in a week, I've got losses, and that's why I have so many trades, because I'm trying to make up the loss. And so to have 7 good trades, no losses in the week, is great. And I'm 46-11 overall for the year 2024, which is really obviously my stats for January. And since tomorrow's the last day of January, that's where I'm going to be ending my January stats, is 46-11, 81%. I think that's pretty good. I've only been trading this particular system, what I'm calling the BS system. And it's funny because in a lot of ways it's total BS, but but it's working. I name it that because it's my brother came up with kind of the reasons why we're taking the trades and what charts we're looking at. So I call it the brother system. It's the BS system. And I'm really just still learning to trust it. I'm learning to, when I've got a chart that is working for my profit target, every single entry, just trying to take that chart and trade every entry the best I can. I'm going to miss some, or I'm going to get a little bit sketched out by some and skip some because I might have reasons to think that this one's possibly where it's going to lose. But if I can lean in and take most of them, 4 days can be a regular thing, and I think as I get more confident in what I'm doing and really trust it, then maybe I'll up the contracts. I'll certainly probably be taking more trades. And perhaps if this continues to work really good over an extended period of time, I can start feeling more confident copying more regularly, more than one account, because a lot of times I'm just going to be trading one account at a time. And if this starts to really prove to work really well, maybe I can regularly trade 2 accounts at a time or 3 accounts at a time and really work through these accounts. But having said all that, I think let's just take a look at the trades. Again, if you want to see any of these trades as they happen live, I'm leaving my live streams up, and you can go back and just skip through it and find the trades, and you could take a look at them as they happen. Again, I'm not applying any analysis really to these trades. I'm not drawing charts on charts. I'm not drawing trends or ranges or STTs or anything, and I'm really just taking entries based on whether the chart has had a loss on the day or not for any entries previously. And when they don't have losses, I'm trying to really lean into the chart and take as many of the entries as I can that I'm comfortable with. So having said all that, let me take all this stuff off the screen and look at the individual trades. And again, 6 of my 8 accounts I got a trade on, and 2 of my accounts I flipped the contract to count the day. So let's take a look at the trades real quick and get this wrapped up. All right, here we go. So this is the first chart that I was looking at for the day. And actually, to start the day, I'm looking at 4 charts. I find 4 of the best charts. Really, 3 of the 4 were really good. 1 of the 4 had a loss already previously, but all the other entries were winners. On this particular chart, it had no losers for the whole session that started yesterday at the session open. So, we had a couple legs down, and then there was a news item at 7. I started right about 6:45, so I didn't even actually recognize that there was a news item, and then it started doing this, and I looked up and realized there was a news item up here. So it shot down, and let's see here. So again, this chart was just all winners for every entry. And so I had an entry here right off the EMA. And so I took it, it looked good to me on one hand. And secondarily, it was a chart that hadn't had a loss yet. So I took this one with no hesitation, felt confident about it. It worked pretty quickly. And I took this trade on PA number 2 and evaluation 22 and 33. So again, I wasn't really planning on trading with 3 accounts on the copier at one time. But because account 33, the balance was in such bad shape, I decided to copy it with my PA number 2, and also figuring my first few trades should be winners because I'm on charts that haven't lost yet. So the earlier in the morning that I take these trades, the more likely that they should work. If I take a first trade or first couple trades and I get a loss, it's really kind of just unlucky that the loss came up so early in the day when the chart is working so well. That's what I've been seeing in my playbacks and backtesting, and as well as while I've been trading it the past month, is typically early in the morning, the better the chart, the safer the trades are early. And then as the day wears on, the more likely a loss is going to come sooner or later. So given that I think the first trades are the best chances to get wins, I feel a little bit more confident trading 3 or, at least multiple accounts on the copier at the same time. And that's why I'm also always starting with my PA accounts first thing in the morning. I used to do it because I was looking for the first best looking trade, and I would just take the one trade on it. But now I'm leaning into the system. It's just like I said, it's believing that when I have a winning chart, that it's going to keep winning for at least long enough for me to get some trades in that are going to win before it runs into a loss. So the earlier I can take my trades on my PA account, the better. And then I added evaluation 22 just because it renewed and is a fresh account with fresh balance, fresh drawdown, and I hadn't traded it yet. So I wanted to get a trade on that one. And so those were the 3 accounts that I decided to trade on trade number 1. Worked pretty well. And then as you can see, I didn't take another trade on it. It had a couple winners after this one. But I actually was now working on my other, on my next chart. Let me bring that one up. So I was working on this chart at the time, that some of those next winners happened on the first chart. And like here where I got a winner, my trade number 2, there was a winner on the first chart, around the same time. So, but I liked it better on this one. So I took it here. And then I stuck with this chart, and by the time trade 3 happened or was happening, my first chart had already gotten a loss. So I wasn't trading. You could see how choppy it started getting. So so trade 2, you can see it's just a different tick chart. I'm still trading NQ. And this one, kind of the same idea. It's right at the EMA. And this chart, again, had no losses the whole session, all the way to back here. Worked for every entry for my scalp target. So again, I took this on the same 3 accounts. So this is my second trade, same 3 accounts. And this one, barely worked for the scalp. It just worked just enough. Gave me my scalp, and then it would have stopped out if I was going for anything more. And that's the thing about the profit target I'm using, is just because it seems to be at this profit target, I can find really good charts more really good charts that have no losses or maybe just one loss in like the overnight session. And, a lot of situations like this where you get just enough to get the profit target before it goes the other way. And so that's why I'm sticking with this profit target. I have some ideas for how I can maybe start capturing some more without necessarily doing runners. Like even if I'm just using one contract, I'm toying with the idea of making it so that my auto stop will move down and move to my 11 tick target, but then still be able to capture more and have it kind of start trailing the price. But I want to do some back testing with it before I implement that. So that's something that's in the works to maybe be able to capture more than just a scalp. Even if it's a little bit more, it all adds up in the end. So anyway, that was trade number 2. Again, for anyone that wants to see these trades play out as they happen live, the live recording of my stream is in my live section on my channel. So you can see any of these trades play out as they did in real time. So then I stuck with this chart. Like I said, the first chart that I was playing at the time either already had a loss or was just looking really choppy, and I liked the way this chart looked better, so I stuck with it. And then this setup happened for trade number 3, and because it was kind of like so choppy in here, like it was just like flat, the EMA was flat, like we were like, there's like resistance right at this opening price where this white dotted line is, but it already made 2 legs down. So when I measured it, I kind of in my head did this, and so it was already 2 legs down, so it was kind of like a third leg down. And a lot of times I notice when that happens, it might be the end of the downward move. So even though it looks like such a bearish day, like a lot of times there could be like a V-shaped reversal, and I'm always thinking that it's going to close the gap. So at this point, like I had that in mind, but the chart was just it had all winners, and there's no reason to think that it wouldn't continue at this point. So and I like this trade. The close was below the EMA. I could see that there wasn't enough left on the candle in terms of ticks left, because I'm trading a tick chart, for this to like engulf and then go back up immediately. The candle was going to close soon. So I felt pretty confident about this. And again, just because of the chart, I felt confident to take this trade. But because I'm analyzing in my head things I've kind of recognized in the past about price action, I started to get a little bit wary of like still continuing to take shorts. So I did like that there, we were at this opening price, and that tends to be resistance, and that the trade was setting up below the EMA. So for those reasons, I decided to not trade my PA number 2 again. I decided, what, let's lock in the profit on PA2, $100 going towards reaching the payout, to qualify for the payout. And so I wanted to continue with PA6, which I just started yesterday. And so I got 1 trade on PA6 yesterday. Now I got 1 trade on PA6 today. And then I copy traded evaluation 27, which I'd taken a loss on. So, a little bit below starting balance. And so I took 1 trade on that here. And then I copy traded again, evaluation 33, which was my lowest balance account, and got the win here. You can see this one would have worked for a bit more. And, on NQ, it's it doesn't, I'm so used to trading ES that a bar like this, this might be just, 3 more ticks or something, but on here, it's like 10 more points, but in any case, happy with that trade. And then, this PA, I just, again, it's kind of range like, and so if I'm looking at it like this is kind of a range, if I draw it, and this is kind of what I was seeing in my head, even if I draw it down here, let's say, or here, whatever it is, and say this was like a failed breakout, by the time I took trade number 4, the price action was getting pretty slow. And in my head, it was like, oh, wow, this is going to set up right in the middle of all of this. Even though I didn't have it drawn, I kind of was able to just see that. And so I was really hesitant on this trade. I was already feeling hesitant. The way the PA was, the price action was going, I didn't like shorts anymore, and here at this point, it's like, if you're going to retest the low, it tried here and it tried here and it couldn't retest it. And then it finally went all the way down here and almost retested the low, but came up just shy. And so really the way this looked in real time, it looked like, okay, here's a leg down and here's a leg down. And so here was one leg up. And I honestly, if I was looking at this, I wouldn't want to take this short if it was just based on my own analysis, because I would have been expecting a second leg up. And honestly, I would still be thinking we're going to close the gap of the previous day close, and also the previous day high. I just was expecting that. So I didn't love this trade. I decided to turn off both of my PAs and not copy trade multiple accounts at this point, because even though my chart still hadn't taken a loss at this point, and I wanted to take a trade, and at this point it's like, okay, let me just take a fresh evaluation that's got no trades on it. So evaluation 23, I hadn't traded yet. And it's kind of inconsequential, right? If I take a loss on it, it's no big deal. It's just an evaluation. It's $30. One contract on a 50K account is certainly nothing. And while, it is important to me, I want to see good stats over here. It's also important to me that I do take the trades on hot charts and lean into my edge. And that's the edge with the system, is that if I have a winning chart, I need to just be taking the trades, because if I do that, I'm going to have a high volume of trades and I can spread it across a high volume of accounts, like in this case, 8 accounts, and build up a lot of accounts by taking a lot of trades, but having minimum risk, because I'm only currently trading one contract at a time. Now, I am thinking about trading more than one contract on my 50Ks, not on my PAs, but just on the evaluations. And I probably should do that, because I don't really want it to take months to pass my 50K evaluations. I still want to give myself a chance to be able to pass them inside of 1 month. And one contract spreading out trades over multiple accounts probably isn't giving me the best chance to do that. So I'm considering that and thinking about it. But anyway, trade 4. Wouldn't have taken other than the fact that the chart was good. I took it. It immediately reversed on me, and I really thought I was going to take a loss here. I entered, it was engulfing, and then it immediately started backing up. And when it was up here, obviously it started it's a really green bullish looking candle at that point. And, it really seems like it's going to just go. But then, fortunately it backed up, it closed down here, and then it went ahead and got me out of the trade from my target. So those were my 4 trades today. 3 trades on this chart and the 1 trade here on this chart. And you can see this is the live action now on the chart. It's just about 10 a.m. on the West Coast. And that's really it for today. Oh, the one other thing I wanted to mention was it was cool. I had some viewers today. I even had a couple people that said hey and wrote into the comments. I didn't have that at all yesterday. And, I have very, very low viewership. It was nice that a couple people interacted. And I noticed right as I was closing out my stream today that there was another question, or there was a question that came up on my chat in the YouTube stream that I didn't notice before I turned off the stream. So I just wanted to answer the question, which is someone asked me how long I've been trading futures. And the answer to that is I've been trading futures for about 3 years now. And when I started trading futures, I was doing it on my own live funded account for like the first full 2 years. I was trading on my own live funded account, not in a prop firm, through NinjaTrader. And I was trading on ES, and I was trading on a 2000 tick chart, and I was trading Mac system. If you know Mac from Pat's, he has a YouTube channel, priceactiontrading.com. And so I became a member of his when I first discovered futures, and I learned how to trade his style, Pat's style, scalping for 4 ticks on the ES. And, I feel like over the course of 2 years, I became pretty good at it. I understood it very well, but executing it and being profitable and understanding it are like different things. So I felt like my understanding for the system was good, but and the first year I was trading it, I did pretty well. I even at one point I was up $1,000 on my funded account trading one contract at a time. And I think right as I was getting right as I was getting over $1,000 in profit, I started trading 2 contracts at a time, and I lost all my profit back. And so I went back to one contract, and I was able to build it up a little bit, and then I'd lose it back, and then I'd be under my starting balance, and then I'd build it back and be at my starting balance. And it was just this thing where I was going constantly back and forth and never being able to actually like pull money out of the account or build enough profit to do that. And it's just back and forth. And then eventually towards the end of 2 years, I all but blew up my live account. I've got like very little money left in the account. I started with like $2,000 in that account and lost the majority of that money. And then started trading Apex the end of March last year, and really it's the beginning of April last year where I got my first account. So you can see up to 33 evaluations and 6 PAs. And so that's the number of accounts I've used since the very last week of March last year, beginning of April till now. And any more questions, feel free to come onto my live stream. I'm down to have conversations, answer questions. I'm not trying to teach anyone how to trade the way I'm trading. I'm not qualified to teach anyone. I'm still just trying to figure it out myself. And so, I'm trading this system now. It seems to be working for me, and I just want to document my journey. And so I was trading a different system when I started my YouTube channel, one that I came up with myself back in September last year, and I was doing really good for a couple months, and then it just blew up in December, and I did horribly. And I think there's still some merits to what I was doing, but I started trading this just after Christmas this way, and the week after Christmas before New Year's, and then I started back up on YouTube beginning of January and just trading this way, and not bad, 46 and 11 so far. So 7-0 for the week. I'm headed in the right direction. Okay, this video is getting long, so I'm going to end it here. Apex is back to 71% discount. If you'd like to use my code, I'd appreciate it. Or you can use any other code you have. And they are doing $35 resets for now for a few days. I don't remember when that ends, but if you blow up a evaluation, you can reset it for $35 right now, no matter what the account size is. So I think I've said it all. If I didn't mention it, I did flip a contract on 28 and 29 here just to count a day. And I think I've said it all. 4-0 for the day. Really happy with that. Just, I can't say it enough. Trading Pat system, I was really lucky to get like a trade a day. I was averaging like 2 to 3 trades a week. And anytime I had more than 1 or 2 trades a day, it was typically because I had a loss. And so then I was just more aggressive because I was trying to get some of my loss back. And so I would have like days where I was like 4-1 or, 3-2 or, whatever it was. But to be now consistently taking a lot of trades, again, I'm not trading tomorrow. So this is the end of January trading for me. For me to have 46 wins and 11 losses, 57 trades in 1 month is, if you were to look at a chart of my trades per month, this is by far and away the most trades I've ever taken in a month on my Apex accounts ever, or any account I've ever had. So that's really great. It's pretty cool. And I'm really excited to see where this leads me. And I'm glad I'm documenting this on YouTube so I can look back. And hopefully one day when I'm getting payouts and things are going really well, I can look back at my older videos and that'll be really fun. So thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And again, I show all my accounts at all times. I show all my trades here on YouTube. The only things I don't show is when I'm just flipping contracts to count a day. It's kind of pointless. So I don't know. I guess I could do it on my live stream now. I ended my live stream and then I did that. I don't know. Doesn't really matter, I guess. But that's the only time I haven't shown or recorded my trades, is just flipping a contract to count a day on the Apex accounts. Because you need obviously 7 days, for anyone that doesn't know, you need 7 days traded to be able to pass an evaluation once you reach the profit target. So I don't want to be at a point where for some reason, let's say I get 10 trades on an account in a day or whatever the case may be, and I can pass it, but I didn't trade 7 days yet, and then I'll have to flip more days and maybe pay a renewal if I don't have to, or whatever the case may be. So anyway, that's it for me today. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back on Thursday this week. No trading tomorrow.